Hey everyone, thank you for stopping by Living To Do's review of Married at First Sight, Season 18, Episode 3, called Did Y'all Meet My Husband? Before I get started with the review, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it, and I thank you in advance. So here we go. Let's start with David and Michelle. They are the last to get married. And when David sees Michelle coming down the aisle, he greets her as, "Hello, beautiful." I swear he couldn't take his eyes off her. He got his blonde hair and blue-eyed girl. And he kept mentioning that during their wedding day. He got everything he wanted. Michelle started off her vows with, "Where you been?" That's the same thing Ikechi had done with Emem or Emem. In David's vows, he said he was looking for loyalty, honesty, and respect. After the wedding, Michelle and David spoke. He informed her that he smoked cigarettes and she wasn't really a big fan of that. And she even mentioned that's not healthy. He says I guess he does it socially. He also came clean and was very upfront with the fact that he lives with his parents. Michelle literally cringed when she heard that in his face at that moment. Ugh. Ugh. Anyway, David asked Michelle what she thought of him when she first saw him, and she said that he looked like Genie, Genie from the bottle. He had never heard of that. And I can kind of see where she's going. He kind of looks Middle Eastern. After which, David spoke to her friends, and they told him that you are so her type. I didn't hear them say anything about being a light-skinned black man, but hey. They also told him that she doesn't put up with any bull. Okay, so noted. Michelle spoke to his family. She wanted to know some more information about that roommate situation, him living at home with his parents. And his mom says the doors are always open. That's her baby. And she knows he's ready to move on, and it was only temporary. And also, she had cancer, the mother. She's a cancer survivor. And I think he probably wanted to be close to his mom. There was no reason for him not, to be somewhere else. He had no one in his life or anything like that. So he's not ashamed of it. Later, Michelle spoke to her bridesmaid after they spoke to David. She told her friends that she's trying to stay open about the situation, and they could see her hesitation. And Michelle started to cry. She was crying because, and telling them at the same time that he lives at home. Can you imagine? He lives at home. She does not want a baby boy. A Jody. I swear at that moment, I thought she was looking for the exit sign. That's not what she wants. He has 2 strikes against him already. He smokes. I mean, who likes a smoker unless you're a smoker? And he lives at home in his big old age. They took Michelle to the bathroom. She was kind of losing it. And she's still mic'd, so the door is closed. We can hear her saying all this stuff. He lives at home. She's trying to keep it together and trying to be positive.
I think I am...
It's okay.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
Okay. Take a breather.
I don't want his family to see him.
I know.
Do you want to go to the bathroom?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go.
Meanwhile, David's looking for her. Where's my wife? Where's my wife? Little does he know, she's in the bathroom crying about who you are. Anyway, during the reception, it was David's birthday all day, but during the reception, his brother made a toast or whatnot, or presented him with a present, a box of hot Cheetos. So what's the situation with that? What is the significance of that? And he was passing around these Cheetos at his wedding. I don't know. That's just kind of weird to me. I don't know. We're not in on the joke. So anyway, back at the hotel room, Michelle asked David if he was comfortable. I think she was looking for him to ask her too. But somehow they got around to the point that he was living with his parents, and that bothered her. David said he told her because he didn't want anybody else to tell her and make a thing out of it. And he's not afraid to be honest about the situation, and he's not ashamed of it. I don't know about this couple. I don't think they're going to make it. Okay, so on to the next. Let's talk about Alan and Madison. They're married, so after their wedding, Madison told her friends that, she usually dates athletic guys, but she can see why the experts matched her with him. They're vibing. Their energy is great, I guess. But I'm sorry, not Allison. Where did I get that? It's a combination of their names. Madison speaks to Alan's friends, and they told her that Alan if you're into something, he'll be into it too. And she told her friends, I don't want a guy like that. I want you to speak up. If you don't like something, don't act like you like it. They reiterated, no, he'll be into whatever you're into. He wants you to, if you're into it, I guess he's into you being into it. Maybe that's better put there. Now she also, I think she told them that she likes athletic guys, but she says she knows, I couldn't believe she said this though. She knows she's gorgeous. She knows she's pretty. And I'm thinking to myself, I have to disagree with her there. I don't know about her body. Maybe the lower half of her body. She just looks too muscular on the up top. And I don't think her face is, if you're going to say you're gorgeous, then I don't know. Actually, you shouldn't say that at all. And I just don't really see her as gorgeous. You got blonde hair and that's all they seem to like, but I don't see her as gorgeous, but okay. Alan speaks to her friends and he mentions his past relationship that was unhealthy. He mentioned that his girlfriend would want to see a receipt of the gas station if he was late coming home. It's just an unhealthy relationship. And I can see how that could be. And he's so giving that you just stay in that toxic relationship until, it busts open, comes to a head. Okay. He also told them that he was in a 14-year custody battle with his parents. They were, I guess, fighting back and forth for him. And that ordeal gave him the motivation to get things that he wants. I guess he wants a family, a loving family. So he's trying. Now, I really think these two enjoyed their wedding. They were just dancing all over the place. Alan was just loose. Might have had a couple of drinks there. And he's dancing all over the place, taking off her garter belt like he should, with his teeth, like he should. But it seems like he was just grinding on her a little bit. Which, it was just weird because his mother was sitting right there. I see her in the frame as we're watching this. I was uncomfortable. Anyway. Later, Madison spoke with her bridesmaid after they spoke with Alan, and she considers it a red flag that he's so accommodating and giving. They also informed her about the 14-year custody battle that he was a part of with his parents. And that was really interesting because Madison's mother left her about when she was 14. So they got this weird family dynamic happening. After the wedding, the couple went up to their hotel room. And I wanted to say that all the hotel rooms had stairs in their rooms. They're like a 2-story room, which was nice. Must be real elegant. But once on their way to their room, they get in the elevator, and Allison and Allison, Jesus, I did it again. Alan and Madison got on the elevator, and I think these two had a lot to drink. She drew him in, started kissing, and he wasn't going to stop it. It just really looked like they were really into each other. One funny thing though, he comes out on this is wedding night. He comes out of the bathroom, she's in bed, and he comes to the bed with these red underwear, these really tight well, or small. They look like children's underwear on him. Like, the 3-pack that you would get Superman, Spider-Man, and Batman. But these had broccoli on them. They were just so weird. To me, it was a turnoff. So what was he thinking wearing those things? I don't know what was in his mind. Okay, let's go on to the next couple. Let's talk about Thomas and Camille. Thomas thinks that Camille is his type. I'm happy for him. They had their first dance and they look uncomfortable. I thought it was awkward because he's talking to her. They're talking. Of course, it's your first dance. You're dancing, slow dance. And she just wouldn't look him in the eyes. And it was just got weird. I guess I don't know. She just wasn't comfortable yet. She just kept looking. She would pull her head back, look down, and he was just looking at her. And it was just uncomfortable to watch. At their little wedding dinner, he told her a little something about himself, that he was particular about his food. He eats one thing at a time. I say, who cares? That's your plate. Enjoy it however you want to enjoy it. They talked about his last relationship that was 4 years ago, and it lasted 9 years, and he said they grew apart. She told him that she never lived with a man, and he was surprised. She's a good girl. Anyway, later, Thomas spoke to his bridesmaid, and they asked about his last relationship that lasted 9 years. They wanted to know how it ended, and he told them that he cheated. And he, I guess he didn't like that about himself, and he was in therapy after that for about 6 months. And that relationship was about 4 years ago. Camille spoke to the groomsmen, which included his twin brother, which I forgot. I'm like, why is he sitting there? I thought that was Tom, but that was Tim, I believe, sitting in there. And they informed her that he doesn't show emotions. I guess it had something with their father being in the military. Hold those feelings in, boys. That type of mentality they raised up in. And he looks like it. He looks like he holds everything in. He doesn't say much. He's a quiet type of guy. So later, Camille speaks to her bridesmaids, and they informed her that the relationship that Thomas was in ended because he cheated, which was a non-negotiable for her. She doesn't want to be with men who cheat. But I guess she got to know him a little bit before knowing that information. It is her wedding day. And she asked about, was it at the end of the relationship? So I guess she's kind of giving him a pass. After the wedding, they go in their hotel room, and I think he was the only one. Well, the only one they showed, the only groom that showed him carrying his bride across the threshold, which was interesting. Now, she's one of the bigger girls on the show, and I don't know if they were playing emphasis on that, but he carried her across the threshold, and you could see him carry her to the living area. Interesting. They got in bed, they picked their sides of the bed, and they cuddled. They were cuddling. So that was in with them. So on to the next couple. The next couple will be Ikechi and Emem. They are like the alphabet couple. His name is, how you would say it is, I guess it's Ikechi. I say Ikechi because it's just easier, like E-K-G, and she's Emem. Interesting. Now, Ikechi, he looks like nephew Tommy to me. That's who he looks like. And he says, I guess Emem is kind of his type because he told the experts he wanted a black woman, she wanted a black man. His type is Michelle Obama or Kelly Rowland. Okay. He had a song that he wrote for her. He had someone perform it for her, which was nice. It was a nice R&B song. I could appreciate it. I'm an R&B type of girl, 90s R&B. Now, EKG, he comes off to me a little bit performative. He got on the stage and he kind of rapped or did something with the music, kept calling his wife, and she responded, husband. It was just, A little performative, but okay, we're moving on. Now, Ikechi had a great conversation with Emem's cousin. He asked tough questions. Everyone needs someone like that in their lives that are going to stand up for them, make whoever you're with accountable. Don't just run over this person. There's people here who care, and it's good to know that whoever is in your life knows you got family that has your back in a real way. He's going to keep him accountable. But the cousin also had a confessional, which was interesting. I don't know if this means something, but he wanted to know if EKG was running from something because he was in Houston, tried out for the Houston Married at First Sight. Now he's in Chicago. So is he chasing Married at First Sight? If so, why? Is it that hard in the streets? No. Why would you do that? Yeah, that's a question mark. Okay, at their wedding night, it's their wedding night in their hotel room, and he helps her out of her wedding dress. He's unzipping her, and as he's doing it, she's sticking her butt out into him and grinding all over him, and he stands perfectly still. Oh, he looks like he didn't want none of that. This man doesn't like this woman. He doesn't show me that he really likes her. Performatively, he'll do that, but he's not really doing anything to show that he wants to be intimate with her. And she's just about flying like a crazy wild witch, just all over him. And he just doesn't, he doesn't show that type of interest. They showed scenes that are going to come up in this season, and she's in bed. They're in bed together, and he's at the edge of the bed, at the very edge of the bed, and she's grinding up on him, and he says, "Why are you up on my booty? My mother is going to see this." So is that an excuse, or he doesn't want to be bothered with her? I mean, he was on the very edge of that bed. Oh my God. Emem, she reminds me of a character that Kim Wayans would play on Living Single. She's so is she desperate or horny? Either way, she's goofy. Just goofy. Oh my goodness. I don't know how he's going to take her seriously. I can't wait to watch them a little bit more. Okay, let's go to the last couple, which was Carla and Juan. They're at their wedding dinner, and Juan didn't know what the banging of the glasses meant. Kiss, kiss. Is that just an American thing? Maybe that's why he doesn't know. After the wedding, Juan spoke to Carla. He indicated that he made an app to connect people. He gave an example, like everybody's at the airport. There's so many people, but no one's connected, so they can use this app. And I'm thinking, would you use an app to connect with other people at the airport or other places like that? I don't know. It doesn't seem like something I would want. I wouldn't want to be connected with these people. But okay. Carla told him that money doesn't mean anything to her. She's on Earth to make connections. She's a real Earth angel. I don't know how that's going to work out with these two. But their families, they look good together. The way they were united, they look good taking pictures. They look like they would be blended very nicely. Carla explained that her father wasn't there and mother wasn't there because he doesn't like cameras and he doesn't take pictures. And so his wife does whatever the husband does. They stick together. Juan spoke to Carla's sister and brother-in-law, getting to know Carla a little better through them. He was the brother-in-law that walked him down the aisle. They had a moment there. Carla spoke to Juan's brothers, Jaime and Juan Pablo. I didn't realize that Juan had a brother named Juan Pablo. Juan and Juan Pablo. That's just a little too close. Okay, that was interesting. Carla told her new brother-in-laws that she's very blunt and direct and she needs to work on being softer. Okay. We'll see how... She seems soft. She floats all over the place. They both, Carla and Juan, seemed to enjoy each other at the wedding. They were dancing all around. I've never seen a groom enjoy his wedding day dancing more than Juan. Maybe Woody, but Juan really enjoyed dancing. So after their wedding, they go up to their hotel room. It's their wedding night, and Carla puts on her PJs, or lack of PJs. It was a really skimpy outfit. Juan, he played the guitar for her, and they both like sleeping in the nude. But they show upcoming scenes, and it seems like they're fighting. He doesn't even pay her any attention, perhaps. But she's really, I mean, a person that shows her body and he doesn't even see you, or so it seems per the clip. So I'm going to be really interested to see how their journey comes along. But that is it for now. It was the wedding nights. I guess we'll be meeting family members maybe next week and heading off to the honeymoon. So thank you for staying with me to the end. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it, and I thank you in advance. But I gotta go because I got a living to do. Bye.